Let's continue the last point from chapter 5, sequential and weak consistency models. So consistency means performance, models means memory access models. Here sequential means one after another, weak means they tend to effect of losing a data. Okay, they tend to effect of losing data. Okay, so next in this chapter in this concept, what we are going to study is how a memory shared memory behaves with respect to program execution. Okay, also the same shared memory, how it behaves with respect to memory access order. Okay, what is general tendency with respect to memory is, say I will draw a memory and okay, here I will write program. Okay, so this is instruction 1, 2, 3, so on up to n. So generally what is a method is PC is here. So we assume data required to data which is essential for I1 is present here. Say for example data 2 and 3. Okay, data required to execute instruction 2 are present in PC plus 1, because what is the definition of PC here? It points to next executable instruction. What next executable instruction wants, that generally it will be present in the very next memory locations. Generally that is what we assume. So now see here, in which order we are accessing a memory, in which order we are executing instructions. So this comparison is we are going to study. Hope you all understood. I repeat, in what pattern we start accessing, whether we access a location wise, or we access alternative locations, or we access one location and a very distant location from each other to execute one after another the instructions. This procedure is called this concept we are studying. Okay, so before I could start atomicity, let me explain how a program gets executed in SISD system. So hope you all know SISD, single instruction and single data. So it is purely serial execution. You can see here. So this is program execution order, this is a memory order. So first instruction is a first executable. So if it is a read, so it will take a data. If it is a write, it will store the data. Generally first is not going to be write, first will be read. Okay, next second and third onwards data is either read type or write type. One observation is data as well as instruction both are serial. Data as well as instruction both are serial. Okay, so how about MIMD? See here, in MIMD, multiple program processors, they execute a different type of instructions. See here, this is program 1 which has instructions in the name of I. This program has instruction in the name of J, and nth program has instruction in the name of N. They all should share some memory, so that is for sure. So memory is shared, and it is global also. Global in the sense what? They all have a access, that too bidirectional access. You can see here, this is a bidirectional, this is also bidirectional, and this is also bidirectional. They can read as well as they can write here. So how they keep executing? So let's say I5 is a highest priority than rest all as of now. So presently who has access to the memory? I5. So immediately after I5, K3 has a next priority. So what happens? Once I5 finishes, K3 starts fetching a data. Since it is multiple instruction and multiple data stream, you can expect between I5 and K3 there may be one more called J5 may get entry because it is MIMD. Okay, so that is also allowed. Multiple instructions can execute get execute in the sense access a data. Okay. So here is two types of execution, memory behavior. Okay, so next is atomicity and event ordering. So there atomicity definition we will see to later, because it is sub definitions are there, so I am taking little later. Next we will take is memory consistency issues. So what is importance of consistency? Okay, so if we don't have consistent memory access or memory participation in the execution, so what it may happen. So see here, consistency, how to measure it is a write time and it is read time. These are the two important activities. One is a write time and another one is read time. So what do you mean by write time? Time taken to successfully write data onto memory. So what is the exact word we call? Is store. What is the name we call for read? Is load. Load time. So now should we expect load time is equal to store time always? No, we can expect, but it does not happen. So it all depends upon the type of data what we are loading or storing, the data where we are loading or storing, that is also important. See, loading or storing in a register is totally different from load or store in cloud, because what cloud means, there exists a time, extra time called connection time, data transmission time, but register no need of connection, they are really connected in hardware wise, so there exists fastest execution. So where all we expect consistent memory, okay, see, we cannot expect between two different types of memory. So here one let me tell you which is faster between RAM and ROM. As of our knowledge, RAM and ROM, which is faster? We prefer RAM. Okay, similarly RAM and cache is faster. Cache and register is faster. So but what is definite problem with all the this one types is it is a smaller and ROM is a bigger. So big in the sense high capacity. So with respect to capacity, we cannot say register is consistent. With respect to time, ROM is inconsistent. So that means what? Always we end up with two extreme ends. One will be very strong in the same parameter, other will be very weak. Similarly, with respect to one more parameter, what we called weak will become strong, and the other what we decided as strong will become weak. See here, very simple. I said you can compare, keep here cloud and keep here registers. Okay, now give the rank based upon capacity. So now capacity of cloud is what? Almost we can say infinite. Capacity of register is what? Very minimum, very much minimum nowadays. Okay, this is with respect to what factor? Capacity. Who looks stronger? Cloud. Who looks weaker? Register. But with respect to speed of data transfer, who is a register is very fast, but with respect to speed of data transfer, cloud is slow. Hence what we could see, who is strong and who is weak with respect to speed of data. Fast is resistor, weak is cloud. So now what we have to consider when we are discussing about a memory consistency is, we will try to derive new model, which we call it as partial model. It's a compromisation between one features a strong model and other features a weak model. So here the definition meaning is like this. See, one side I will keep a resistor, one side I will keep a cloud. Okay, in day-to-day life, what I derive one protocol. So what I wanted is, it should be, I will try to derive what feature from resistor is speed of data, speed of working. From cloud I will derive capacity. So what is my target? I want to build a system, that means concept, which may 100% it will not equal to the speed of resistor, it will not be equal to the capacity of cloud, but I will try to include a speed factor from resistor side and capacity factor from cloud side, and I derive something. So here I am making a compromisation between resistors and clouds real facts. Okay, so what is a compromisation? Cloud was high in size, but when I develop my project, I will make sufficient. It is not infinite. I will make sufficient. Resistors wise, they are very speed, but I cannot work in a same speed. So what I will do is, I will make the resistor little slow down in our project. So that is what meaning of memory consistency. And this establishing a this procedure of compromising and deriving partial model is not at all a easier task. It is very big task, plus it is difficult. Okay, now you can expect, so we have a mobile in our pocket, what we use. Does it act as a cloud or does it act as a resistor? It acts as partial model. See how through our mobile, in our mobile we cannot store infinite data. Okay, but what is definite thing about that? Is it can we store in our mobile only bytes of data? That means 16 bits or 25 bits or 32 bits like that? No, we can store in terms of GB. So compare bits. When you compare bits with GB, okay, so what is the comparison? Very high. So in our mobile I can store data in terms of bits, gigabytes. So that means what? Gigabytes means from cloud I have derived capacity and I have made executable in our mobile. Okay, so next, is my mobile slower like a cloud? No, it is faster, but it is not equal faster like a resistor. It is taking a time, just like you are downloading a video from some of Google, Cricket, YouTube, etc. So they will take a time, but it doesn't mean that the download and everything will be in terms of nanoseconds or milliseconds. They used to take a time of in terms of minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, like that. So this is how we will derive one compromising model between one strong and one weak. Okay, so next is event orderings. Okay, so event orderings means very simple. Your this one I will write here, process scheduling of your operating system. Process scheduling. So what you did there in process scheduling, you did FCFS, you did SJF. Okay, so many algorithms you have studied. So here what you called process, I am calling it as event. What you called scheduling, here it is orderings. So but explanation is different. Okay, see what is the point. At any time of instance, how many number of processes are executing, what we will measure? Number of active threads. I hope you remember in your CO this diagram. So like this it was there. So you wrote a thread like this and you mentioned some points here like this. Okay, I remember the diagram. So number of processes, each process has its own thread. Each when there are multiple threads, that means what is definite thing? They are sharing memory, they are sharing CPU cycles, they are sharing input output device, that is for sure. So this is how to check now. Sorry, this is what curious point. That means what? We have to make threads order, make threads in order. What happens if we don't follow order? There is one memory, 3 threads wanted to use. This thread is right now holding one data and another thread is holding another data. Okay, so both are not sharing, both are not withdrawing. That time what happens? These all 3 threads, it see, let's assume like A and B. A is holding by 1, B is presently holded by 2. To finish first needs B, to finish second needs A. So nobody will gives, nobody will shares. That means deadlock or the wrong handling of resources. That should not happen. To avoid that, we should have scheduling, that means ordering. So now how we can order is, see, actually we have to identify a very important basic step. What do you mean by load? What do you mean by store? Load globally, load by PI, load by PI, or actually I should say load to. Okay, please make a change. Load to. Process I gets a data from memory. Always you remember load means what? From memory to register or a processor. So store means what? From processor towards the memory. That is called as store. So load globally is new. All processes get data from memory. See here, there are threads, so they will get the data from the memory at a time or right now. So that is called as load globally. So take a data and give it for all. So hope you all know about walkie-talkie of a police. What happens here? So this will be a main center. So these all are the police person representative standing in different corner. So they will launch a message, means sorry, not a launch, they will broadcast a message which will reaches all. Okay, so same, what with respect to this person, what you can say, this walkie-talkie device is loaded with a new message from the center, this walkie-talkie is loaded from new message with the center, like that. So what happened here? All processes gets a data from memory. Okay, fine. Next, here comes the atomicity. So I mentioned here, actual concept is atomicity and event ordering. In that we have studied event ordering. Now we are studying atomicity. Atomicity is just 4 points. Okay, so what do you mean by atomic memory access? Atomic memory access. Whenever multiple processes are executing and one process updates a memory, and that updated information is known to all processes at a time, it is called as atomic memory access. It is just like what we can say is cricket score. So what happens? Say for example, now the score is 100, the batsman hits into the 6. So process will update to what? 100 plus 6 is equal to 106. So what happens? All processes henceforth, what they have to count the total score as 106. They all got to know a data has been changed. Now atomic store, actually it is with respect to load. Now I am explaining with respect to store. A value is stored. Just now we have stored a value, and it is readable for all processes at a time. See, just now 100 become 106. So all TV or all the processes, henceforth they consider present score as 106. They read present score as 106. So that is with respect to atomic. Simple meaning of atomic is synchronization. Okay, so non-atomic means what? They are not in a synchronization. So that means what? At a time they won't come to know. See here, they won't get updates at a time. They will get at a different time of interval. So non-atomic store means what? All processes cannot read at a time. So definitely if they are unable to read at a time, that means asynchronized atomicity. Is it clear? 4 subheadings of atomicity. It is a simple one. Okay, next comes last 2 points, sequential consistency model. Okay, let me check first some points. Okay, don't worry, few points are to be discussed. Okay, so in sequential consistency model, what we do is we will try to give order one after another: load, store and swap. It is not like all load should be done first, next all store, all swap. Any order means we may execute any number of works, but generally they belong to load, store, swap type. So these should be well in order, that's it. So if that is done, it is called as sequentially consistency. Okay, so also they are going to share global memory, single global memory, because they are sequential and also sharing data. So one of the definition we have, please read out the definition. It's called Lamport's definition. Okay, for a sequential consistency, a multiprocessor system is sequentially consistent. Sequentially consistent means it always try to maintain a sequence if results of total execution is same as operations executed one after another. Very simple. Let me write one mathematical equation and try to give you the answer. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5, okay, is equal to 5 plus 3 8 plus 2 10 11. Okay, so this is what how I will do. See, I will execute this instruction in terms of sequentially consistent. I will do 1 plus 2 first, I will get a result called 3. 3 plus 3 next, I will get a result called 6. 6 plus 5 next, I will get a result called as 11. So how I executed is called as a sequentially consistent. Even though operations are like equal priority, I have not done like this. See, I have another way. 1 plus 2 is 3, and another side 5 plus 3 is 8, 11 is the answer. Okay, or I can do like this also. 1 I can keep it as it is. 2 plus 3 is 5. Next, this is a 5. Okay, so this answer will give me as 11. So any of the option I have. What is final definite thing for all? See, so all result is 11, that is for sure. What is the final answer? See, final answer what we have executed is same as it is very same as even after executing instructions one by one. So that means what? If I execute instructions one by one, they are sequentially consistent. Here consistent we should think in terms of order of execution. Don't think about performance. Performance may vary. 1 plus 2 may take a little different time, 2 plus 3 make a little different time, like that. Since numbers are small, we cannot differentiate. If operations are with a different priority, there may be different time took, means time taken for completion. But here, are they executing in sequence? If yes, it is called as sequentially consistent. So what we have to do to achieve best sequentially consistency are these 4 points. So before that, one assumption is, before a new load, complete and update all previous load store. Okay, so before you take a new load operation, try to finish all load and store. What happens if I don't finish is, if any of the process wanted to store a result, if it not yet stored, that means for new load I will take old data. So that should not happen, old data. So to avoid that, if any load and store are pending, try to finish, update the result, and then take a new load. Okay, so few observations done by Lamport. Actually you feel these are how these are called as observation. These are very simple statement. A load by process is result of last successful store. If I got a I got any data, so how I got a data is, before yesterday or just before this load I have stored the data. If I have got what we call garbage number, so is it a load? Getting a garbage number is not a correct load. That means what? Store was not there, that's what I got a garbage number in the load. If I got any number in the load means what? Successfully I have stored the data just any moment before present load. If two operations appear in same time, then definitely they appear in the memory. Very simple. If two students are appearing for 7th semester ACA subject university examination, definitely they are called as classmates, no matter whether they are in a college of a same or not, same division or not, but they are belongs to same class. Okay, so swap is atomic, that means what? Synchronized. Okay, please remember, atomic means synchronized. All swap and store will terminate after, eventually means what? Once they complete their task, they will terminate. They will not wait for anybody's signal. So that is called as Lamport definition. Here we have one process 1, process 2, process 3, so that they have one common shared memory. Here is a lot of data, so they keep sharing. They may execute one after another, okay, because it is a sequential consistency. So the last one is weak consistency. Weak consistency means what? They are not going to store data on particular synchronized manner. They keep themselves separate counters. See here, one method, let me explain. Process 1 has their own store, own swap, own load. So its store, see here, A is equal to 4. Just now process 1 updated, process 1 is updated, what? A is equal to 4. Process 2 will, it is no rule that it has to consider A as 4 only, it may consider 3, because process 1's updation is not yet reached process 2, because they are weak. Similarly, even though we write it as a single port memory, sometimes data is not correctly shared because of what? Weak consistency. Okay, so to avoid that, we forcefully attain synchronization. Okay, and synchronization we have to do with with respect to another process. So that means what? When P1 is working, P1 want to get synchronized, it has to get synchronized with respect to P2. P2 has to get synchronized with respect to P3. Like that, they all should get synchronized with respect to each other. Okay, so this is what the analysis. Okay, so that finishes our chapter 5. Thank you. Okay, so I will put up some assignment questions. Please refer. And one more two important points is when we attended Vice Chancellor meeting. Okay, so the university mentioned there will be offline examinations. Okay, that too first will be final year, that means 7th semester, and you have to take the classes very seriously. Whatever the material we have conducted, we have shared, either video PPT or YouTube links or prepared notes, etc., by all staff, not only by me. So you have to study that and consider that as a class. So I request all the students to be very serious about this, and please study well in your upcoming days. Thank you.